to help with the programs that the Community Justice Society had done with the ceasefire. We went out and researched to try to find for some community activity and interaction. We found an example in Chicago. I know the federal and provincial governments are funding partners with the program. I'm hoping that they're going to stick to the funding program because the municipality has always been there to help and foster. But the problem is once the money dries out, we expect the municipality to carry everything. So hopefully we'll have a continuation of partners because police is not just a municipal matter. A lot of it's also funded by the federal and provincial governments through the transfer grants that the province gives the municipality. The federal government gives the province for RC people protection, and the others, and then provincially provides to the municipalities. So I think we need to partner with the municipality in regards to talking about access to recreational facilities, youth programming, trying to put programs in place, work with our school board partners in regards to keeping the kids in school, work with the community organizations. You know, I must echo the success of the Empowerment Academy that the East Preston Church has done in regards to providing extra tutoring and state school programs. Those kind of things need to be supported because our young people have to see a future in education. Without a proper education, they'll go on the wayside and find other means to find survival. A good education can lead to a good future, but good job opportunities. So that's what I think we need to do is focus on those kind of things. So I think it needs a collaboration and a partnership of all community groups, organizations. Not one person, not one level of government has the answer. If they did, we wouldn't have a problem. The recent fairs for firearms, I was very frustrated by it. We didn't have any adequate partners come forward with the gun amnesty program. Any gun amnesty program is good to get guns out of the houses, but people don't want to have a gun in their house anymore. Get something in return. There's a motion coming to council on Tuesday, but it's when we talked about bus tickets, I said, I'd rather do lottery tickets and cash versus bus tickets. People want to have something a little more return, and $100 on the bus ticket might be fine for somebody in town, but when it comes to the rural experience, it doesn't go very far. So there's a motion coming to council for debate. I've asked for to identify another $10,000 to be put in the gun amnesty program to provide a cash alternative, because for anybody who really wants to get rid of a gun, they want to have some economic return for it. And I think that getting rid of one gun at any price is worth it. So.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hendsbee. Either one of you want to speak to this? Yes.
One of the ways to not repeat history is to study history. And, since 1998 and amalgamation, I think we can all say that, I don't have to go there, okay?
96.
Sorry. Too long. For too long, this problem's been a problem where you've got 14 or 16 or 21 counselors in town that dictate and get everything for their communities. Like I said, sometimes if you study the past and you really, instead of sit down with that in your face, we don't get anything, we want something, blah, blah, blah. It's look what we've not gotten in the past. This is what has happened. Crime rate has gone up. And if we're not doing anything about it, maybe that's part of the problem. So I think actually working with and talking and letting people know, I'm not really sure that some of these counselors really recognize the fact that there's 20,000 people in this district too. Not just like District 3, District 4, District 5. Okay? So obviously we deserve to have that money coming here, and I alluded to it earlier, more police presence. Crimes don't happen under the noses of police officers. And we know that they're not going to bring HRP East Preston. That's a given. But we also know that the HRP and the RCMP work hand in hand on a lot of things. Let's get the presence out here. Let's get the people who don't want the violence and the guns and the knives in their community to step forward and say, well, I know where there's one, and I'm going to report it. I'm going to do my part for all that I can do. Can't sit back anymore and say, it's not my problem, because it's all of our problem. And when you know where there is a problem issue, let's work together and solve it. Speaking with other counselors and the mayor to get them to understand, look, we care about our community. And we don't want this to be Chronicle Herald or the Metro's next piece of news. So I think, again, going back to more police presence, more community involvement, and educating the counselors that end up at City Hall after October 15th to realize that, hey, we're 20,000 strong too of voters.
Okay, violence, it's a complicated issue. I think that when we look at violence, yes, we have to take responsibility, but we can't think that violence is not going to happen. You know, we can't be that naive. Because wherever there is drugs and money, there'll be criminals. Or, you know, back in the day, it was alcohol, it was bootlegging. So wherever there's a way to make fast money, there will be criminals, you know. So I guess what I don't want us to do is bear that all on our shoulders as communities. I see that with the media. Soon as there's something going wrong or a criminal act, and within the area, it's connected to the Preston's finest, it's connected to the people in the Prestons, when it's actually individuals who are committing crimes. It's not the community. And what happens is we often shoulder that responsibility. What we need to be doing to combat that is to say, here's all of our success stories. We need to look at how beautiful we are, how important we are, what place we stand in this Canadian history. You know, we need to bring all that together. Also, in terms of, you know, I've been to several ceasefires events, and I haven't seen a lot of participation. There needs to be that engagement from a family level, from the mothers and the fathers in the community. We need to bring our children and get them involved and talk to them about violence and criminal activity. And also to be able to take them and educate them in our culture, in our ways, in our history, in our traditions, because that gives them that foundation. You know, we have to invest in our young people. Really, we really, really need to. Much more. We're kind of allowing, you know, just, how can I say it, TV, video games, all of these things. We need to take them back. We need to have programs here that involve them and who they are as people. You know, within the Prestons, we need to have lots of wonderful creative, we have such creativity here. If we have a center, you know, a cultural center, cultural programming, cultural performances, we only need to look to North Preston, East Preston, BYF. I mean, amazing talent. We need to foster that talent, and we need to be able to, you know, go out and outreach to these young people. Like I said, partner with the school boards, partner with the Afrocentric Learning Institute, get them to get some programming out here for those kids out here.